What's going on, Lock Talk family? It's your boy Jason. And look, we're back for another YouTube video breakdown. I apologize for the new format. I've been having some issues with my original thing that I use to record these videos. But hey, man, I'm here to drop some value, talk about a game. But if you guys been liking the content I've been dropping, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. Let me know if you like this format better. Maybe I'll just use this program to do all these. I'm intent to get back to where I was at before. But let's talk about this game right here. The Brooklyn Nets against the Indiana Pacers, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Before I go start though, let's recap what I did yesterday. YouTube video. Unfortunately, the Magic got blown out, but on Instagram, we did very well. We had a blowout winner with Jalen Suggs under 3.5 rebounds. He only got 3. It was a little bit of a sweat, I'm not going to lie. But hey, a win's a win, man. That was actually a bigger play, especially in premium. It was a full unit play. Magic plus 4.5. Unfortunately, was a half unit play that lost. But hey, man, let's get back to it today, man. I got an interesting game today. Another New York game. Obviously, I don't have time to talk about every single game, but if you do want to get all my plays, hit up my Winnable. Go to the link down below. You grab yourself a package. We got a special promo for anyone that watches the video. If anything, go on my Instagram. I'm always active there. You can shoot me a DM, and I can help you out. Get some free money on all these sports books. There's over like $2,500 that you can get from these sportsbooks using their bonus promos and free money and even free squares. So again, guys, there are many ways for you to make a bag in this industry. You just gotta, be aware and be on it. So let's talk about this game, the Nets against the Pacers. Interesting game because the Pacers, they just played yesterday against the Raptors. We actually had the Raptors first half blowout winner. They absolutely got demolished. And this will be a third game on the road. This will be a back-to-back road game with travel, which is very, very tough, I think, for most teams. Yesterday was a cup game, but the Indiana, from what I remember, the Indiana Pacers and also the Raptors, they didn't really matter if they won or lost. So, I mean, does this game matter any little bit more? I mean, it just matters for their season record. They both actually have a 9-13 record, I believe. So both teams have been playing okay, if you want to call it that. But we take a look at the overall, I guess, covering. The Nets have not been the best covering team overall at the spread, but doesn't make any sense. I do believe they've been covering at a lot higher rate. Maybe not at this number at 2.5, but home and away splits. I mean, the Indiana Pacers are one of the worst home teams. I mean, the worst away covering teams in the NBA. And they're not back-to-back today against a very tough Brooklyn Nets team who's been pretty scrappy, in my opinion. The only thing is that they do have a lot of injuries, man. Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Johnson. I think I also saw Ben Simmons. I think for sure Cam Johnson's going to play. I don't know if DFS or Ben Simmons will play today. If they do play, I think that's tons of upside for the Nets, but I'm going to assume that only Cam Johnson plays. And if you take a look, they've not been doing too great. I guess winning outright. They got blown up by the Chicago Bulls. They got blown up by the Chicago Bulls. Got blown up by the Orlando Magic 2 times. Didn't cover any of these 3 games. But before that, we're doing a decent job covering on their West Coast trip against the Phoenix Suns, the Warriors, Sacramento Kings. I mean, teams that are pretty goddamn good. So, but that was with Cam Thomas and a bunch of their guys. I mean, there's also the Warriors were playing on a really weird spot. Same thing with Phoenix. They're playing a big flat spot. So I think situationally, I think this could be a good bounce back spot for the Nets playing at home where, I mean, I guess technically they've been kind of 50-50 as well, just like a little bit better on the road because they just get big numbers, man. This is a very, very low number for the Nets. I mean, they typically play pretty, +6, +5.5, +12.5. So that's the reason why. Overall, I mean, both teams 9-13 on the season. And then we take a look at where the money's at. I mean, everyone's pretty heavily betting on the Indiana Pacers. If we even take a look, I want to go back, to this. I like to look at this a little bit, public betting, kind of where, a lot of the money's at. I mean, that's kind of where the line has gone. I mean, the line hasn't really moved too much. We take a look at the line movement. A lot of the public bets, I guess, a little bit majority on the Indiana Pacers. I mean, it's a really tough game because you're not just betting on a spread. You're basically betting to win. 2.5 points is not that big. If we got a flat 3, it'd be a little bit more enticing to take the Brooklyn Nets. I do think situationally, though, it's a tough game for the Pacers on the back-to-back, on the road, with travel. Indiana Pacers have been terrible on the road this season. And also, like, the thing, too, is the Nets, they played a really, really slow pace. The Pacers play not as a fast pace as last year, but, I think sometimes the pacing for the Nets gives teams problems, especially with these big spreads. But there's a very low spread in this game. Um, Again, guys, I mean, the Pacers, they like to shoot a lot of threes. I mean, the Nets have not been good, as you can clearly see anywhere. They have pretty decent rebounding numbers on the offensive side, but overall, I mean, the Nets have not been good offensively or defensively. We take a look at the defense for the Pacers, also not been that great. If anything, man, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm kind of looking at the total. The total is kind of sitting at a fair number, I believe, but if we take a look at kind of where it's been opening up at, everyone's betting the over. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be very tough. It depends on who's playing for this team. Um, on the Pacers side, no big injuries. I don't think anyone's going to sit out on this back to back, but we'll see, man. This load management stuff has been super annoying. I kind of lean over on this game, but I'll be honest, man. I mean, it's really dependent on who's playing for the Nets. I do think if Cam Johnson and maybe Ben Simmons came, I may want to be on the Nets side. I think the Nets can win this game outright. Pacers have just been terrible on the road. I actually think they also kind of match up decently well. They're kind of similar to the Raptors, even though the Raptors, I think, are a much better team. They have a lot more talent. I mean, the Nets, they just have Schroeder, basically, and a few of these other role-playing guys who've really been stepping it up. But overall, I mean, it's a really tough spot with the Pacers on the road, back to back with their worst spot. The Nets, not saying that they have a huge home court advantage or anything like that. There's really no home court advantage in Brooklyn. But in this game, man, give me, I think in a game that's almost 50-50, give me the points in my back pocket. I'll take the Brooklyn Nets plus the 2.5. But guys, if you want to know exactly what I want and what I'm giving out today in premium, we have college and NBA, soccer, UFC all week. Hit me up on Instagram or go to that pinned comment down below. Get yourself a package and join us in premium, and let's cash out on the books, baby.